If we're trying to get into shape or maybe just get healthier, there are a lot of diets out there to pick from. Vegan, paleo, gluten-free, and a lot of people making diet changes, sometimes going as far as feeding their pets that same diet. But veterinarians are warning against doing that. So if you are a vegan or a vegetarian, your cat or dog should not be following your example. Pet nutritionists say our animal friends will miss out on important amino acids, vitamins, and minerals. Both cats and dogs can suffer from serious health issues if they don't eat any meat. So if you own a dog, you may have heard that your dog's specific breed doesn't tolerate grains. But vets say that's a myth. There's only one known breed that has a food allergy. Those are Irish setter dogs, and they have a gluten intolerance. So if you think your dog or cat has a food allergy, it's more likely that they can't eat a protein rather than a grain or a vegetable. In any case, you should take them to the vet's office. And while you may mean well by cooking home-cooked meals for your pet, it may not be a great idea for them.
With people food, to do a home-cooked diet well, you need to follow a very specific recipe with specific ingredients, specific amounts. And what I've noticed and what studies have even shown is that there tends to be quite a lot of drift that can occur when people try to do home-cooked diets.
Generally, if your pet is in good health, the better option is to feed them quality store-bought pet food. And if you have any concerns, you should see your vet. Well, the former wife of a Columbine survivor who recently overdosed is making sure his message isn't forgotten.
I don't think addiction is something you can just stop struggling with one day. It's always a work in progress.
Monday on The Now, she's sharing her thoughts on what Austin Eubanks would want now after his death and how she's hoping that hearing about his struggle will help others.
Even with the return of sunshine tomorrow, we stay cool. Our high 55, but we rebound into the 60s on Sunday. The news at 6 starts right now.
This is RTV6 News at 6, working for you.
I'm Stephanie Wade. Neighbors on the south side want to know why this home still looks like this 5 months after it caught fire. They're calling on the city to step in.
I'm Nicole Griffin tonight in Mooresville with a warning from a local mother why she says you need to check your receipt twice if you get your groceries delivered.
And RTV6 learns that someone is stepping in to try to stop the release of a man convicted of killing IU student Jill Bierman.
And we begin tonight with our eye on the weather that has definitely taken a turn.
Yeah, rain, cooler temps, wind, and even colder air is still on the way. Storm Team 6 Chief Meteorologist Kevin Gregory is tracking that weekend weather for you.
The door is wide open now to the cooler temperatures. We've talked about it for a while. You're starting to feel it. If you go back to 4 o'clock just 2 hours ago, temperature 67. We've lost 16 degrees since then. The transition is still in progress in the eastern portion of the state. At first glance, we do not have widespread rain. I don't think there'll be steady, long periods of rain this evening. This is the actual cold front. This is when you'll see the wind go from southwest to northwest, pick up in strength, a quick burst of showers, and you begin probably almost a 10-degree temperature drop within just a half hour or so. Those are the impacts of the cold front moving through. These showers won't last that long. They're about ready to move through Muncie and Newcastle. Additional showers on the colder side of the weather system, still in portions of eastern Illinois. That's why we have shower potential between now and 11, but you can see not overwhelming in any one spot. There's the wind strengthening out of a cooler west-northwest direction, and the dividing line, we're state divided down to 44 in Lafayette, 46 in Terre Haute, while it's 68 for now in Muncie.
Kevin, thank you. Months after a home caught fire on the south side, it is still standing empty and untouched. Neighbors have been begging the city to tear it down, calling it a safety hazard. And now they have reached out to RTV6 to figure out what's going on. RTV6's Stephanie Wade is working for you and looking into the issue and explains why this eyesore that you see here triggers some emotional memories.
Here we go again.
Looking at this burned out home.
It's just a grim reminder of what happened 7 years ago.
Brings back some bad memories.
Going back to the explosion, we'd had several of those houses stand for, a couple of years before they tore down. We're just trying to get back to our new normal.
Just 5 houses down from where the Richmond Hill explosion occurred in 2012, damaging 90 homes in the Southside neighborhood and killing 2 people. Now sits another burned down house after it caught fire back in May.
you just try to close your eyes as you drive by, but it needs to be torn down and cleared off.
Neighbors want to know why it's been sitting like this for 5 months. The siding is gone, piles of debris scattered taller than me.
It's unsafe for the kids that live around there. And, then you get, you worry about mice and rats and raccoons and things like that.
People have done their part, reporting it to the Mayor's Action Center. Online, it shows the Marion County Health Department and the city's business and neighborhood services have been out several times to inspect, citing trash, junk, debris, high weeds, and grass. But the fire department was investigating the house fire for some time, so an extension was granted to the homeowner to clean up the property. Now the city has a pending demolition order on the house. They tell me the homeowner has until November 11th to come into compliance. But it is on their radar. Working for you, Stephanie Wade, RTV6.
Stephanie, thank you. And the city's Business and Neighborhood Services says there is no specific time requirement that a home needs to be torn down or repaired by following a fire or other cause of damage. Each case is specific. To check on a case yourself, there's a website we'll attach to the bottom of this story online at theindychannel.com.
New developments tonight in the case of the man convicted of killing IU student Jill Bierman. The Indiana Attorney General's office is appealing the federal court's decision to release John Myers. The ruling handed down September 30th said Myers received ineffective counsel at trial in violation of his Sixth Amendment rights and should be released. Myers was convicted in 2006 of murdering the 19-year-old Bierman in Morgan County. The ruling said Myers must be released from prison unless the Morgan County prosecutor decides to retry him within 120 days. Morgan County prosecutor Steve Soniga told RTV6 today he received a phone call last night about the Attorney General's planned appeal to the 7th Circuit Court of Appeals. He said that puts his office's decision on hold. He said if the appeal is successful, Myers' murder conviction will stand.
More legal action is expected after 16 Lawrence Township students were given insulin by mistake instead of TB tests. The school district and Community Health Network expected to receive legal notices today by 2 families. That would make a total of 3. 16 students at the McKenzie Center were mistakenly given the insulin by staff from Community Health Network on September 30th. They were supposed to get a TB test as part of their CNA program. Neither Lawrence Township schools nor community have explained how this happened.
RTV6 is working for you, exposing a problem that could impact anyone who gets their groceries delivered. A woman reached out to us wanting to share her story to serve as a warning for others. It comes after nearly $60 in extra charges showed up on her grocery delivery bill. RTV6's Nicole Griffin is finding out what happened and what you need to know if you get your groceries delivered.
That woman used her Kroger app to go online, order her groceries, and get them delivered to her home. She was hoping it would be something that was convenient for her family, but she tells me this entire situation has been a nightmare.
I felt very violated. I did, and helpless at that moment.
Crystal Silver is a single mom with a busy schedule. She recently ordered groceries and had them delivered from Kroger in Mooresville.
I started going down the receipt, and it started showing me what the people were buying for themselves. There was Nicorette gum, there was car chargers, air fresheners.
All items she did not order and did not notice were added until after the delivery. Her estimated cost was $115, but the final amount charged was $173.
This is hard-earned money. I mean, if I could spend $173, I absolutely would.
Kroger uses a third-party delivery service called Instacart. Their shoppers pick out the items, check out, and deliver the groceries. Each shopper receives a payment card from Instacart that is capped at the amount needed for each order. Although there is a credit line for item replacements, which is how the shopper was able to add more items. The final amount is then charged to the customer's account.
I thought I was safe with Kroger. I mean, it was a Kroger app. I just did not know that they dealt with Instacart. You know, I think about my grandmother or my parents or, you know, people that really don't understand that or haven't noticed that their money is gone because you just, like I said, you see the Kroger, you know, logo and you think you're safe.
Crystal now warns others to always check your final receipt and your bank account. An Instacart spokeswoman says the shopper who took Crystal's order has been suspended and deactivated from the platform. Crystal's bank has refunded her while the investigation is ongoing. Working for you in Mooresville, Nicole Griffin, RTV6.
Nicole, thanks. And Instacart delivers for more than a dozen central Indiana stores like Meijer, Aldi, and Costco. They have a trust and safety team available 24/7 to resolve any order issues a customer may have.
Call 6 Investigates learns that the outgoing superintendent of the Northwest Hendricks School Corporation will receive more than $100,000 in compensation. Superintendent Mike Springer resigned from the district effective Wednesday of this week and reached a severance agreement. His contract was not due to expire until June 2020, by the way. Springer and the board have been at odds over the handling of sexual misconduct allegations involving a teacher. Springer recommended that teacher be fired, but the board allowed the teacher to stay on staff. Springer will receive $116,000 in compensation, so that includes his salary for the remainder of his contract, a contribution to his health savings account, an annual contribution to his annuity, as well as health benefits for Springer and his family. The outgoing superintendent tells us, quote, "It had developed into an adversarial working relationship that was unhealthy for the school district moving forward. Unfortunately, it became clear that a separation agreement was the only path forward," end quote. Also tonight, the Boone County Sheriff's Office is investigating a former Tri-West volleyball coach for allegations of inappropriate communications. Northwest Hendricks Schools has terminated the contract of Louis Aguilar. He served as the Tri-West varsity volleyball coach. We were unable to reach Aguilar for comment. No charges have been filed.
Now to Democracy 2020 and the race for president. Today, the University of Notre Dame announced it will host the first presidential debate in the 2020 election series. It will take place Tuesday, September 29th at the Joyce Center. The other two debates will take place at the University of Michigan in Ann Arbor and Belmont University in Nashville. Well, it's only about a month old and sports betting is already becoming a big business in Indiana. How the state is profiting.
And then getting paid to play games, the urgent push to hire and train casino game table dealers, and the payout for those ready to earn a paycheck. That's ahead in hiring Hoosiers.
You know, in weather like this, you find out who the real fans are here at Carmel High School. They are truly weathering the storm. This weather is absolutely crazy. In fact, speaking of the weather, Kevin Gregory standing by. What's it going to be like at Friday Football Frenzy?
Windy, cool with falling temperatures. Stay warm. That's the word of the day. Here's some other showers, but will it impact your weekend? We got the answer coming up.
Busy. That's life for you. So while you get to it, we're going nonstop to keep you running. No running around. For new key fobs. Plus, your neighborhood's largest selection of batteries plus bulbs. Plus, if your phone needs fixing, we do that too. Know how? Right now. That's our specialty. Stop by Batteries Plus Bulbs for screen repair, key fob programming, battery replacement, and more. Learn more at batteriesplus.com.
At Ball State University, we are empowered to seek new insights, unrestrained by convention. We reimagine the future, spread our wings, and fly. Lifted by knowledge, enabled across disciplines, we are inspired, engaged, and exhilarated. Propelled to change the world. And with beneficence as our guide, at Ball State University, we fly.
This is RTV6 News at 6, working for you.
The Marion County Sheriff's Office is mourning the unexpected loss of one of its K-9 deputies. The department says K-9 Sampson broke his leg while getting out of his handler's vehicle on Tuesday. While in surgery for that broken leg yesterday, he unexpectedly died on the operating table. Sampson served as a K-9 officer for IMPD from 2014 to 2018 and as K-9 deputy in the Sheriff's Department warrant unit from 2018 until his death. Well, the weekend is here, so that means road construction ramps up again. A couple of projects we want you to be aware of. The first involves this area on the south side. The ramp from I-465 eastbound to I-65 southbound will close tonight at 9 and remain closed until 6 a.m. Monday. And work continues on the Meridian Street ramps downtown to and from I-70 east and westbound. They will also close at 9 tonight through Monday. at 6 a.m.
Well, Hoosiers are playing the odds on winning big now that sports betting is legal in Indiana. The Indiana Gaming Commission says the opening month of sports betting at Indiana casinos attracted $34.5 million in wagers. Data released yesterday showed football was the most popular sport with $20.7 million in bets. Not all casinos started accepting sports wagers on the first day it was available, which was September 1st. So the amounts wagered will likely grow. Also, online sports betting just began earlier this month, with several more set to go online soon. So that will also boost the amounts wagered. Indiana's share of the sports betting proceeds in September was $813,000. And gaming opportunities will expand again on January 1st. And there are new job opportunities for Hoosiers who want to try their hand at this new career as more games are rolled out. Through our Hiring Hoosiers initiative, I found out there's a ramped up push to hire and teach people how to run table games while earning at least $20 an hour. Here at Indiana Grand Racing and Casino in Shelbyville, classes are now underway to create an entire new department thanks to a change in state law allowing live table dealers at gambling properties built on land in Indiana. Colin Skidmore is in charge of building the new team before the law takes effect on January 1st.
We're going to have over 300 positions available, and we've already started staffing. We see the folks behind us that are joining our dealer academy, and we're not there yet. We still have open positions.
Roulette, craps, blackjack, three-card poker. Those are just a number of the games these trainees are learning. The rules, the odds, and the payout. If you think you need to know the ins and outs of gambling, think again. The instructors will teach you everything you need to know, and you'll get paid to learn at the same time.
I started at the bottom, the very bottom. I've never even played it before I got here.
For Ashley Shaw, this was a chance for her to try something new.
Finalize your bets, because the ball's gonna come down.
She felt stuck at her desk job. This lets her outgoing personality shine.
But I just needed something to keep my mind busy and bring some money in, and something, this is a whole different direction.
So you just wanted a change of pace?
I did, and something fun, where I like to interact with people.
Hard forward, down behind. We're looking for entertainers first, Mark. So we're looking at people with big personalities that are loving to talk to people, and that is what first and foremost we want.
Basic knowledge of math helps too. The classes will fill in the rest.
I didn't think I would be quick and smart enough, and I just the pressure, but like anything, you just learn it and it becomes second nature.
Courses run 6 weeks, 5 days a week, as the racinos in Shelbyville and Anderson get ready.
And you're a dealer come January making at least $20 an hour.
The money, the income is amazing. I couldn't believe that the starting wage for something like this. And, you know, you're getting paid to come here to class, whereas if you went anywhere else, you would have to pay them.
Keep that in mind, right? Both Indiana Grand Casino in Shelbyville and Harrah's Hoosier Park in Anderson are still looking for table dealers. Indiana Grand is starting its next dealer academy on November 4th, but is holding a job fair before that on October 21st. For more information on those events and for a link to apply, click on this story at hiringhoosiers.com.
Well, I'm attempting to look to the north with our Weather Now camera, and you can see it's difficult to do. The low-hanging cloud cover, we've got mist, very light showers, windy conditions, and falling temperatures. Here's the big picture. Coldest air to the northwest, but the nose of the cooler air pushing through central Indiana right now. There are freeze warnings to our west. For us, I think it's possible we see some patchy frost. Don't think it will be widespread because of the wind. Plus, it'll take a while for our skies to clear. They'll have more clear skies and relaxed wind to the west. There's a pencil-thin line of showers in the east. That represents the cold front, the change from the mild south wind to a much cooler northwest wind. Just goes through Shelbyville, eastern Hancock County, then headed for Muncie and Newcastle. You'll feel a quick 10-degree temperature drop and probably 15 to 20 degree drop over 2 hours. There are other showers in the western portion of the state and very light showers rolling through the metro area now, which Dave First will probably show us here in a second. These are the wind gusts, 31-mile-per-hour gusts now, and that is a cooler wind. Temperatures in western Indiana poised to fall into the 30s first. Don't get too overconfident in eastern Indiana. Richmond and Connorsville, middle to upper 60s now, but that will change this evening. 9 9 o'clock. Still rain right along areas from 31 east. Then by 11, starting to push to the state line, and we'll move out after that. High school football, kind of tough kicking night because I do believe the wind will cause some issues. Temperatures will be falling into the lower 40s by the end of the game. We'll wake up to temperatures in the 30s, cool enough for patchy frost in outlying areas. Then during the day tomorrow, we'll bounce back, but only to 55, breezy, dry, lots of sunshine. Sunday temperature at 65 with mostly sunny conditions. As you see, both Purdue and IU, very cool starts. Temperatures at kickoff, upper 40s. Lots of sunshine, though. It won't be as windy as what we've had this afternoon. Up in South Bend, 7:30 kickoff, 46 degrees in the evening hours. A night game there. Temperatures on Sunday will be cool, but not as cool. There are the temperatures tomorrow. Mid-50s for highs to the north at best. 56 in Bedford and Seymour. Metro area temperatures with all that sunshine at 55. Sunday we'll manage a 64-degree high temperature. As you look at the 7-day forecast, warmest temperature is next week. We'll hit 67 Tuesday, then 68 next Friday. Every step we take in the fall, we keep redefining what mild is, for example.
We really do,
Yeah.
yeah. Pretty soon it'll be downright cold.
Let's define what wet is and check in with Dave.
I know. I think he's clear on that.
It is going to be a chilly and wet night ahead for Friday football frenzy there.
Sports Director Dave First joins us from Carmel, where the Greyhounds are taking on Warren Central. You look like you're dressed appropriately, Dave.
Yeah, well, dressed appropriately, but I mean, what happened? We went from summer to December pretty quickly, and temperatures dropped like some 15, 20 degrees. Kevin probably just talked about it, but it is chilly. It is wet here at Carmel, Central Indiana as well. Friday football frenzy. John Hebert's the head coach at Carmel. We'll talk to him here in just a second. Meanwhile, Pacers back in town. Preseason game number 3 tonight. Brad Brown standing by at Bankers Life Fieldhouse.
Thanks, Dave. A great way to stay out of the weather this evening is some Friday night hoops at Bankers Life Fieldhouse. The Pacers, with their first preseason home action, they take on the Bulls tonight, 45 minutes away from tip-off here this evening. They've had perhaps the week to shake off the jet lag of that trip to India last week, though. A successful couple of games to get things started. Fans will actually get a chance to see the Pacers in action again here on Tuesday night. Really just a shortened preseason schedule as we're less than 2 weeks away from the regular season opener coming up here on the 23rd. Who we won't see is the rookie draft pick Goga Batadze. The big man is out with an ankle injury. He'll miss this evening's action, as will Aaron Holiday. He's been under the weather this week, and he's been scratched from the lineup prior to this evening's competition. So, if you'd like to see the Pacers in a little more informal setting coming up here on Sunday, it'll be the annual Fan Jam that gets started at 2:30 on Sunday afternoon. Always a ton of time. We'll get the Rookie Talent Show, great fan giveaways and everything else. We'll open the doors for that at 1 o'clock. And then again, the Pacers will be back at home for preseason action again on Tuesday night. We'll have a recap of this one against the Bulls for you coming up tonight on the news at 11. We'll see you then. For now, with Bankers Life Fieldhouse, Brad Brown, RTV6 Sports.
Brad and I were talking on Monday. Hey, do you want to cover the Pacers game? Do you want to cover Friday Football Frenzy? I said, no, I'll cover Friday Football Frenzy. It worked out pretty well in Brad's favor tonight, didn't it? We'll see Brad and company tonight at 11 o'clock. Meanwhile, the warm-ups continue here at Carmel. A big game. This is a rematch of last year's 6A title game, won, of course, by Warren Central 27-7. Carmel's lost a couple of games this season, so they come in really looking for some momentum heading into the postseason. John Hebert, again, he's the fifth-year head coach, just wrapped up his meeting with the officials. And you blink, Coach, and all of a sudden it's senior night.
Oh, I know.
What happened here?
Well, it is an emotional thing with high school football and all the time we spend with these young men, and then before you know it, they're ready to move on, and then you have to start all over and watch them leave. It's hard to do.
You know, when you play in the MIC, there's a big game each and every week. You guys were just at Ben Davis last week. You had North Central here the week before that. This is big as well. It's more of a survival of the fittest to try to get to the postseason at this point, isn't it?
That's right. And I think how your team views itself is really important. Yeah. And, what are we trying to get accomplished? We're trying to move forward. We're trying to get better as a team. We're trying to pursue greatness. Yeah. And we haven't done it yet. Tonight's a great opportunity.
Enjoy enjoy the weather, too.
Yeah, not bad. Thanks for bringing it.
Thanks for bringing it. Good luck tonight, man. Thank you. John Hebert, fifth-year head coach here at Warren Central. Take a look at our game plan. We've got this one covered for you, as well as several other games all across Central Indiana. Zionsville's a big one. Orioles trying to clinch at least a share of the HCC. Fishers, Westfield, Cathedral, LaBeouf. They haven't played in some 3 years. They're back at it tonight. Trenton Central, Beech Grove, scores highlights tonight at 11 o'clock. It is week 8 already of Friday football frenzy. Pacers as well. We'll see you all tonight on the news at 11.
See a mutation? Ask your doctor about Pickray.
Drizzle, mist, showers, you can describe it in many ways. Waves of this moving from southwest to northeast, and that's probably why Zoe and Murphy...
They do not look thrilled.
Yeah, it's like, walk? No, are you serious? All right, I'll get my leash, meet you at the back door.
See you at the door. Yeah.
Temperatures will fall into the 40s in Indy by 11, 30s in western Indiana.
Stay dry, guys.
Stay dry. Raphael's with you at 7 o'clock.